Hello, Namaskara, a very warm welcome to Universal Group of Institutions. I am Nitika Dugal, Science and Tech faculty, and today I am going to dive into, or rather, I should say, I'm going to fly into the space explorations that our country has witnessed so far and what are the upcoming programs waiting for us. So, if you're preparing for UPSC, KS examination, or any other administrative services examination, or if you're just curious about the space, this video is just for you. So let's start our journey of space explorations in India. Now, I would not start my topic without the reference to this guy out here, Vikram Sarabhai. He's regarded as the father of India's space program, and he rather is a combination of a scientist, an innovator, an industrialist, as well as a visionary. So without referring to him, we can't start our journey. Now that we know that, yes, it all began with great visionaries who aligned together their ideas and different missions, different programs came to be. So if we talk about our humble beginnings, how we started our space program, well, India's space program has evolved from humble beginnings to a globally recognized force in space exploration. Led by the Indian Space Research Organization, India has launched numerous satellites, which we are going to discuss today. And we have had different planetary missions. We have developed indigenous technology for space research, not just which is best in one of the ways that they have been successful in landing for the first time without any failure, but also the cheapest methods. So we'll talk about that as well going ahead. But let's start with the history. Well, when it comes to the history, we started with the formation of INCOSPAR right in 1962 under the man whom we have currently regarded as the father of the Indian space program, Vikram Sarabhai. So under his vision, we had INCOSPAR. Okay, now when we are talking about different programs, how it all began, well, INCOSPAR, the Indian National Committee for Space Research, was how it all began. And then few years later, we had ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, one of the most reputed in the world right now. Well, in 1975, we launched Aryabhat, our first satellite. So this is very important. Aryabhat was our first satellite that we launched in 1975. Then just 5 years later, Rohini satellite was launched on India's SLV-3. So this had been our early history of the space program. Now, INSAT series, IRS series, EduSat, Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan. If you see, we have our wings spread across different sectors, which has aided different sectors. For example, Indian satellite series, it has helped in telecommunication and weather satellites. We can know the weather forecasting thanks to the Indian satellites, which are helping us. Then IRS series, we have Indian remote satellites. So IRS series, Indian remote satellite series is helping us in sensing and aiding the agriculture and the disaster management. We can predict the floods. If you know the floods are going to affect this region, we can take necessary precautions. If we know there will be drought in a certain region, we can take necessary precautions accordingly. So this is again revolutionary. Then EduSat, the satellites aiding in education. We know how it all began. Doordarshan, how the television, satellite television, changed the entire country. It not just gave us the source of entertainment, but it was a great source of audio visual learning for the very first time in the country. Something right now, we are in the smart world where smartphones is what everybody has. But let's understand where it all began. From normal black and white TV, working because of the satellites. There were different broadcasting of educational program that all changed our country's growth, our country's progress. Now, Chandrayaan 2008, it is the first lunar probe and it discovered water molecules. Yes. So the frozen water molecules were found on the surface of the Mars. Thanks to Chandrayaan-1 in 2008, that was our country's contribution in knowing the developments happening on the Mars, in understanding the Mars surface, in understanding the Mars atmosphere. Then Mangalyaan in 2013, the Mars orbiter mission, making India the first nation to reach Mars on its first attempt. So you name it. If it comes to telecommunication, if it comes to the remote sensing, if it comes to the education, if it comes to the moon or Mars, we have our wings spread all through, right? Now, when we are talking about the further progresses that we have had, Chandrayaan 2 in 2019 was the second moon mission with an orbiter. The lander name was Vikram and the rover's name was Pragyan. Okay. Now, this Chandrayaan 2, everybody knows that we have had our challenges, but Chandrayaan 3 was a great successful soft landing that we have had on moon. And then we have an upcoming mission of Gaganyaan. It is India's first manned space mission. So the date is yet to be announced. Yes, when we are saying manned mission, we will be having people sent to the space from our country. And then Aditya L1, this is 2023 project that has already been set. It is India's first solar observatory that we have established. Then Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan is for Venus exploration mission. It is scheduled for the launch in March 2028 tentatively for now. So yes, if you see, you name it, our wings are going to be spread in Venus soon. We already have an observatory, a solar observatory. We are already set for Gaganyaan. So our wings are spreading far and wide, right? Now, we started with Vikram Sarabhai, and it is important to know who is the current chairman of ISRO. ISRO is one of the most regarded and reputed and most revered space organizations in the world, which is currently headed by whom you see who has played instrumental role in different projects like Chandrayaan 2, GSLV Mk3 and many more missions. I'm talking about none other than V. Narayana. So V. Narayana is appointed very recently. This is henceforth very important. On January 14, 2025 only, he has actually succeeded S. Somnath as the new chairman of ISRO. And under his guidance and his leadership, we are sure that the missions that are waiting for us, for our country, which makes us so proud, because space explorations are those kind of explorations that brings everybody's emotions together, not just in the country, but far and wide. You feel pride, you feel not just the pride, but also it impacts in different ways, from mere deciding the geopolitical scenario to deciding the different programs that can be brought in country for the aid of the country. Like we have just studied, it helps in agriculture sector, it helps in education sector, it helps in predicting the different climate changes, it helps in knowing different weather forecasting conditions, whether there will be flood, whether there will be drought, whether there will be tsunami, and hence it can help us in great ways. Well, with this, under the vision of V. Narayana and under the vision of Universal Group of Institutions, I would like to announce that we at Universal Group of Institutions have got amazing integrated courses. If you're studying for any competitive examination, it is important that if while studying and if we make you prepare for the examination along with a degree, nothing can be better. It is like a win-win situation. You're studying for an exam, preparing for getting a job, as well as you have a degree in hand. So it is one wonderful concept that our college has for you. So do check the description below. You can avail very attractive discount by using the code NIT006. I repeat, NIT006, and you can get great discounts. Do check the description. And with this, let's continue. So yes, we know different applications that we have studied while having the conversation. Agriculture, education, disaster management, navigation, defense and security, not to forget. Agriculture, yes, remote sensing for crop monitoring and soil health. Education, EduSat for distance learning. Disaster management, satellite imaging for flood and drought management. Navigation, IRNSS, the different satellites which are going to help for the GPS alternatives. And defense and security, surveillance satellites like RISET and CARTOSAT already are helping us in defense and in the protection of the country. So these are the different applications. The challenges, of course, are, it is, of course, cost demanding. None of the missions are successful without a lot of cost going into the mission. Sometimes it is also that the mission gets failed. But you know that the Rome was not built in a day, and every wrong attempt is an attempt to the right attempt, right? So, high cost of developing indigenous technology, need for stronger international collaborations, space debris management. Now, this I would want to spend some more time here. Yes, in this race of winning the space, which belongs to nobody. Every country is in a race of sending their satellites, but nobody is taking care of how to take away the debris which is being formed and accumulating in this space. Right now, we have a huge debris. We have different countries like US, China, and Russia have sent umpteen number of satellites, because of which there is a huge debris right now, but we do not have enough technology that can take away that debris. About the debris management also we can talk about in future. Do let me know in the comments if you know the techniques that are taking care of the debris management in this space, but right now it is the biggest concern. Then, yes, ensuring the sustainability of human space flight programs. Just recently, we have had the death anniversary of Kalpana Chawla, who died in space, right? Right now, Sunita Williams is stuck in this space. The helium fuel leaks has made it difficult for the spacecraft to come back. We are finding out alternatives, but right now, as of now, the spacecraft she's in, that is stuck, and we do not have enough fuel. So we need to ensure human space flight program sustainability. Now, overall, we can finally say that India has made remarkable strides in space exploration, providing itself as a global leader in space technology. With future missions like Gaganyaan and Chandrayaan, ISRO continues to push the boundaries of exploration, inspiring innovation and technological growth. So, if you are a space enthusiast, do let me know how you find the video in the comments below. And if you're preparing for UPSC, KS, or any other administrative examination, every point is a word of wisdom for you. With this is me, Nitika, signing off.